Hi all, Syph here, and welcome to the first ever episode of Silicon and Steel, where we review tech, audio, and unconventional arms. Quite a grouping there, so this should be fun. So today we're going to start off with a review of the ZAGG ZAGGSPARQ 2.0. I've had this thing for a while now, and I've actually used it quite a bit. However, I have a hard time getting rid of cool boxes, so I still have this one, and can start with a short box opening for you. First off, I'm a huge fan of ZAGG products. I think they work well, I think they look good, and they're built to last, so I find myself recommending them to people all the time. The ZAGGSPARQ 2.0 is no exception. Down to the packaging, which you have right here, this is a solid product. As you can see, the box is elegant and informative, which is about what I'd expect from ZAGG. I'll surely get to review these as well, especially the ZAGG Folio, but it's clear that the ZAGG marketing and packaging departments are onto something with this stuff. So let's get back to the Spark. ZAGG claims that this baby is the world's most powerful portable battery backup and charger. I haven't tried them all, but I don't find myself wanting to challenge them on that. But I do have a few things about what's said on the back of the box. First, stating that the ZAGG Spark fits easily in a pocket or bag is almost laughable. I don't know about you, but I don't really like to carry around huge batteries in my pocket. That being said, I do think this device is exceptionally convenient and that it's perfect for bringing along that extra charge or three when you're camping or traveling. Second, ZAGG claims that the ZAGG Spark will charge an iPhone 4 times. Maybe a newly, freshly charged ZAGG Spark will do that if you need to charge 4 iPhones one after another, but the real-world application of this device isn't quite up to that. After charging this, you might use it once and keep it around and use it again later, meaning that you'll lose some of the charge during the downtime. In my experience, I've found you can get about 2 to 3 charges, or about 60% of an iPad 2 battery from one ZAGGSPARQ charge, which is really pretty impressive. So, moving on, let's get this thing out of the box. Alright, so in here we have, of course, the ZAGGSPARQ. We have a US to European socket converter and some general instructions. Picking up the ZAGGSPARQ itself, I have to say it's surprisingly heavy. It is a huge battery after all, but as I said earlier, it's not something I'd want to regularly carry around in my pocket. On the wall side here, we have the plug that rotates out of the Spark, which is actually a really convenient feature considering the alternative is having these prongs sticking out all the time. Pretty standard, really. The main face of the ZAGGSPARQ is much more interesting. We have 2 ports, a port optimized for use with most Apple products, and a port intended for more general use. I've tested to see the difference between these 2 ports, and honestly, I haven't found any. However, having 2 ports means that you have the ability to charge 2 devices simultaneously as long as one of those devices isn't something like an iPad, which will draw too much power for 2 devices to be charged at once. Directly under the ports, there are 4 LED lights, which are used to identify how much charge the Spark currently has. You can check the power level by pushing this button right here, and as you can see, this ZAGGSPARQ is currently fully charged. According to the instruction manual, having 4 lights means that the Spark has between 80 and 100% charge. Having 3 lights means it has between 60 and 79%. 2 means it has between 40 and 59. 1 means it has between 20 and 39, and 0 means it has below 20%. This charge indicator seems to work quite well. Finally, I'd like to talk about the provided socket converter. I am really glad ZAGG decided to include one of these with the ZAGGSPARQ. One of the first times I really used this thing was during a trip to Europe, and it really came in handy. Since this is effectively a big battery, you don't need to worry about the different currents or amperages supplied by European sockets, so using them is just a matter of having the matching plug. This thing solves all of those problems. All you have to do is clip it in, and it's good to go. I use this setup almost exclusively during my trips, and I would recommend it to anyone who plans to travel abroad. Just know that if you're planning to travel to England or somewhere else where they don't use the US to European adapter or any sort of European socket, you'll need to bring along a different one of these, which wasn't supplied in the packaging. So that's all I have today. All in all, this is a really great and very usable product with only a few minor limitations. If you're in the market for a portable charger, definitely consider the ZAGGSPARQ 2.0. I hope you enjoyed this review. Please subscribe and leave comments. Feedback is always welcome. Until next episode, Syph signing off. Stay sharp.